Hey guys, welcome back to another video and another video in the Roblox TypeScript scripting tutorial series. This is going to be episode 3 and we're going to go over functions. So a function essentially is just a block of code that you can repeat. If you've heard about functions in math, it's also something that can take an input and morph it into an output. So to make a function in TypeScript, you're going to write the function keyword and then you're going to write the name of your function. So in this case, let's make a function that determines whether or not someone is an owner by taking their name and saying if it's equal to the owner's name. So we'll make a function called isOwner, and we're going to add parentheses. These parentheses are where what's called parameters are stored. A parameter is basically just a variable. Your parameters are your inputs. So our input is going to be the name that we're going to check if is an owner, and that name is just going to be a string. And this function's output is going to be a boolean because it's returning whether or not you are an owner, or the name is an owner, I mean. So we can do boolean. And now all we need to do is add curly braces, and this is where we can actually put our code for the function. And so to check if whether or not name is an owner, we're going to return name, and then we're going to use an operator, equals, and then we're going to do a string of the owner's name. And let's just call the owner Runic for now. So let me break this down. This keyword right here, return, basically just signifies that this is going to be our output. This is our input right here. And we're checking if this name is equal to this string right here, Runic. So now, if we were to take this function, isOwner, and press tab on it, you'll see that it's blue. We can now add parentheses, and this is calling a function. So this is where you're going to input a name and get your result. So if I say isOwner colon, this is now going to return false. But if I do the right owner name, isOwner Runic, then now this is going to return true because name is equal to Runic. You may be wondering why you don't just use 1 equals here, or 2 equals, but instead it's 3. In TypeScript, you can normally use 2 equals, but in Roblox TypeScript, they do not let you use this operator, so you have to use the strict 3 equals. This is just a stricter version of the double equals in TypeScript. I'm not going to go over how that really works outside of Roblox TypeScript, because 1, it's not important, and 2, it's a dumpster fire. However, there is one thing I forgot. Just add a little semicolon at the end of each line here. This is not required, just so you know, but it's up to your preference, and my preference is to add it. Now we can do an example involving math in case you didn't quite grasp this example. So we're going to do another function, and let's just do an add function. Now we can take a number a and add a comma for our next parameter, and we can take a number b. And then we're going to also return another number because we're just adding 2 numbers together. And then we're going to add our curly braces again. Now we're in the body of our function. Don't worry if this is highlighted red. If you have a function that returns something, like a number, then it's going to say this when you haven't added the return statement yet. So now to return the addition of these 2 numbers, all we have to type is return, and then we can do a plus b. Now obviously this function isn't really practical in use to like call add 5, 2 and get your result of 7. Obviously, normally you're just going to do 5 plus 2. That's okay. This is just an example. And that is how you create functions in TypeScript for the most part. Before we go, though, I'm going to show you a quick little shorthand version of how to create a function. So let's take that same isOwner function from before. Say we wanted to make it a little smaller since it is only a 1-line function. So we're going to do const, and then the name of our function, so isOwner. And then we're going to write our equals as normal for a variable. And then we're going to do these parentheses again, which will autofill. And then you're going to do equals right arrow. We forgot our little name parameter here, so we're going to add name colon string, signify that it's a string. And now we don't even have to add this return statement anymore. We can just do simply name equals Runic. And now this will behave exactly the same as the way we wrote it before. This is going to return true, and anything else is going to return false. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you tune into my next video, and see you guys.